Welcome back to the Edible Files. Tonight's true story mystery: a family dinner that turned into a full-blown medical emergency. And a killer no one suspected. They were a normal family, sitting down for a normal dinner in a normal home. And within hours, they were vomiting, hallucinating, collapsing, and fighting for their lives. This wasn't a virus. This wasn't contaminated meat. This wasn't even food poisoning in the way we usually think about it. No, this was something far stranger. Something hiding in plain sight. And the part that still shocks doctors today? You probably have it sitting in your kitchen right now. It began like any other cozy evening. A family of 5. Mom, Dad, and 3 kids gathered around the table for a homemade stew. Warm, comforting, simple. Nothing unusual at all. But within hours, everything changed. One child started clutching their stomach, screaming in pain. Another began vomiting so violently they could barely lift their head. The father broke out in cold sweats and couldn't stand. The mother collapsed on the bathroom floor. One family member's vision dimmed like someone was turning down the lights. By midnight, the entire family was rushed into the emergency room. Doctors were stunned. The symptoms were too severe, too sudden, too widespread to be normal food poisoning. This looked like actual poisoning, but poisoning by what? Doctors performed test after test. No bacteria, no parasites, no contaminated water, no cleaning chemicals, no carbon monoxide. Nothing matched the severity of what they were seeing. But the symptoms kept escalating. Uncontrollable vomiting, hallucinations, blurred or darkened vision, trouble breathing. One child nearly unresponsive. This wasn't food poisoning. This was neurotoxic collapse. But from where? Investigators looked to the family's final meal. It was simple. Stew with basic vegetables, spices, and pantry staples. Nothing exotic, nothing expensive, nothing suspicious, except one ingredient had been sitting in the pantry a little too long. It was soft, a little discolored. But again, groceries aren't cheap. Most families stretch what they can. And this ingredient, it was the only food every sick family member had eaten. So the toxicologists tested a sample in the lab. And the results were terrifying. The analysis revealed extremely high levels of neurotoxin, a toxin known to strike the brain, nerves, and digestive system. Symptoms matched exactly. Vomiting, paralysis, hallucinations, seizures, blurred vision, coma. This toxin belonged to a group called glycoalkaloids, one of the most dangerous natural chemicals found in everyday produce. The doctors now had a lead. A plant-based toxin, one that forms naturally, not through contamination or tampering, but which ingredient had turned deadly. The final test confirmed the culprit. The potatoes. Yes, the humble, everyday potato. The one sitting in your kitchen right now. These particular potatoes had been stored for months in a warm, bright spot. They had sprouted, softened, and worst of all, turned green. All of that triggered the potato to produce solanine, a potato neurotoxin that plants use as self-defense. These potatoes contained solanine levels 20 to 30 times the safe limit. Before we go on, if you have this vegetable sitting in your kitchen, tell me in the comments. I need to know who's at risk. Because this family didn't eat dinner that night. They ate poison. Here's why those potatoes became lethal. That green tint, not old potato color. It's chlorophyll, which signals rising solanine underneath. And the family peeled the potatoes thinly, leaving the toxic layer behind. Sprouts equals high toxin concentration. Potatoes don't age gracefully. They age like forgotten science experiments. Boiling? Nope. Baking? Nope. Frying? Absolutely not. Heat does nothing. The entire family survived, but barely. One child spent days in intensive care. 2 people suffered neurological issues that lasted weeks. All spent days battling dehydration, nerve pain, and visual disturbances. Doctors were clear. If they had eaten even a little more, someone could have died. This case was later published in medical journals as a documented example of severe solanine poisoning, proving that even the most harmless foods can sometimes turn dangerous. So check your potatoes. If they're green, sprouting, soft, or look like they're trying to grow a small forest, throw them out. Because here in the edible files, even the innocent foods have deadly secrets.